Hello, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Vancouver Adjacent by Night. As a warning, this is a mature game, and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams are available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready. First, I would like to thank our sponsor, Level Up Dice, for giving us the opportunity. Oh, that made a lot of noise. I'm just going to hold up the baggie with the hold my dice in it. For giving us the opportunity to share our story with you. Please support them by purchasing their exquisite dice or by spreading the word about them on social media. And the links, I believe, are going to be that way. Or that way. I don't know. One of the two. Also, our new sponsor for the Season 3 is Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create truly unique pieces of functional art for your game. From dice boxes and rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for GMs. Each piece is created on site in their workshop in Michigan by a devoted team of craftsmen. And we'll have our player pads available. There's mine. And I've got the 200 ticked off because I was accidentally playing in a Sabbat game just yesterday.
Accidentally?
Yeah, accidentally. You can use dry erase markers on these just in case you don't want to mark up your character sheet. Yeah, it was accidental. If you have a chance, go to ATL by Night and check out the VOD on that one because it was awesome. And it was the last ride of that particular Sabbat pack. Accidentally. But we all totally want to do it again. It's weird. It's one of those things.
We were almost a Sabbat game.
we're technically not done yet.
Give it another couple episodes.
Yeah,
we might still be a Sabbat game.
Oh, we're done.
You'll circle back around. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So I would like to introduce our vampires, nope, wrong way. That way. Let's start off with the newest Primogen, and that is Brennan.
Hello, I'm Brennan. I'm Charlotte, the Ventrue Primogen. I continue to have not done anything wrong, and hopefully we just keep beating up Charlie this episode.
And yet Charlie isn't the one staked. Charlie, Let's go with Zach.
Hi, I am Zach Rivato playing Charlie Lawrence, the Malkavian punching bag. Pleasure to be here tonight.
Yep. Samantha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha McLarty, the pretend Sabbat member. And I'm not the one that did the punching on Charlie, just so that we're clear. La Sombra, so it kind of makes sense that Sabbat thing, but not really. Yeah, it's all Cassandra's fault.
I refuse.
And someone else who probably agrees is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick Gill, and I will be playing Harley, the Nosferatu Primogen, who is currently doing double duty as a coat rack in the Artist Commune Crack House. Hi, how's it going?
And that's why Patrick is currently black and white at the moment. Just,
Staked.
We couldn't get the big X. That would probably mean final death on that one. And last but certainly not least is Lex.
Hi, I'm Lex. I play the Toreador Cassandra. I would also like to say that I'm not to blame for any of this, but I for sure definitely am to blame for some of it today. Oops.
It's partially Charlotte's fault, too.
But it's so much easier to blame Elena.
Yeah. Who just became Sabbat?
Yeah.
Okay, so technically I'm not Sabbat.
Oh,
They just think that I am.
technically.
They just think that I am. That's all that matters. I'm really not.
I am completely
to a
comfortable with
good
you all three
start.
with you all three blaming each other. This is totally fine by me.
That's how you've
who's really
escaped
to
the
blame?
first 2.5
Charlie.
seasons.
They always blame the Sombra. I mean, jeez. You
not-
think that
I'm
I
not-
actually did stuff. Like,
I'm
I
not-
just don't.
I'm not saying that Sam should definitely look at her new lore sheet, but that's pretty much what I'm saying. If we want to assign blame or anything,
Yeah, hands up who's on a humanity spiral?
Okay, we're not talking about that here. I had a low humanity to start with, damn it.
so when last we saw our intrepid coterie, they were in. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this a lot because I apparently shaved, and it's itchy AF right now. It's ridiculous. It's driving me up the wall. So when last we saw the coterie, they were taking care of a problem in their building, and it basically resulted in a bit of news. The news report from the next evening would be, and I totally want to read this out like a newsreel from the 1940s, be like, newsflash, Charlotte
Yes.
Industries. There was a gas main explosion in Charlotte Industries last night, and that resulted in the entire building being lost. Poor Charlotte.
When that happens.
Yeah. So
Whatever
that
are we to
building
do?
is no longer there. And there was a whole bunch of revelations in the last episode, and there's more to come. So there's a bunch of stuff. A steak Nosferatu Primogen, and just a bunch of random shit. Watch that episode, which has a lot of warnings on it for good reason. That'll be in the YouTube over there. So definitely check that out. And so, let's see, I believe it would be the next evening. So I'm going to get a rouse check from everybody.
Dang it.
I'm good.
I'm good, but I'm still at hunger too from the previous night.
I'm good, but I'm also at hunger too, I think.
Imagine being hungry.
So, Charlotte, since you're the odd person out in this particular role, you hear in the back of your mind,
Oh no, I
Charlotte.
succeeded. I was disappointed because I wanted to talk to him, but
Oh, you can still talk to him anyway.
no, we have a rapport.
Oh, all right.
Oh my god.
So everybody nailed it? What?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Okay, Elena did not. Elena, you hear in the back of your head, and this may take a little bit of time, so everybody get situated. Elena,
What do you want?
I want you to accept your destiny.
Didn't I already do that?
You and I both know that that doesn't quite affect you the way it does everyone else.
And I suppose that that's a good thing then, that you're in my head and not actually here, because technically that would mean that I'm the only one that knows. That doesn't affect me.
You need to take control of that pack
That's kind of the plan.
and eat someone.
That's also the plan. Like, I really need to eat somebody soon. Like, really bad.
It's right over there on the floor.
No. Not that somebody.
Really.
Really? Tell you what, I could possibly, you want me to take control of Sabbat the back and all, I could possibly, eat your friend Alexander. You seem to think that you two know each other well enough to be in Barcelona together, so hey, how about that one?
You need to pay attention more, child. Look at the news.
I would believe that that was the fact that, perhaps that Alexander didn't make it out of the building. But many of your particular type are spiders. They crawl into little cracks and crevices and hide. And
You
if
should
not him, there's always Nixodon. Surely she made her way to the sewers.
You should probably check the building.
Maybe I will.
And at that point, you don't hear anything else. And that was the only person who failed.
And I am really in a bad spot.
Well, just eat Harley. You heard the good advice.
I don't listen to my good advice as much as Charlotte does.
I mean, Charlotte's Beast did tell her to invest in AMC, so...
Different kind of bloodsucker.
So, I believe first up would be Elena and Charlie.
Yeah.
Elena was waiting for Charlie at his haven, I believe.
Charlie would have made it back there first, probably.
Yeah.
Unless she went straight there.
I probably would have went to check on Harley first and found the tea party.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
so Charlie's at his apartment, just changing out of the clothes that he's been wearing, whatnot. Actually, gonna give a call to Clayton and ask him if he can just swing by really quickly and just to take a hunger off.
Okay. It's like super late for them, so yeah, they it would take a little while for them to get there.
It's fine. Just quickly, please.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. And yeah, he'll just go inside, put on a different shirt, and start scrubbing the numbers off. Being a bit delicate around what claw marks and bruises are left from Cassandra. It doesn't really hurt so much because there's not pain sensors there, but just try not to open it up more.
So it's at that point that Elena would probably
Not
become-
knock.
Yeah.
She would not knock. She would just go to the door and then send shadows into underneath the door through the cracks and into the room. It's just going to get starting darker and darker in Charlie's apartment.
At first, as it gets darker, just turn on Eyes of the Beast. I can keep cleaning. Just go. It's open.
She will turn the knob and step inside.
Walk out of the bathroom.
You don't look so good.
No.
You want to talk about it?
What's there to talk about?
Why don't you tell me what happened? Did you get caught in the explosion? Is that why your face is all scratched to pieces?
No, you didn't really take a good look at me. You were trying not to look at me there. This was from before. This was from before when Cassandra did a number on me.
Cassandra?
Yep.
I must have had a positive effect on her.
A
Why
bit.
did she do that?
right before she left, I assumed to go to Connor. And after I told her about why I didn't want her to go to Connor.
Do you want to tell me why? Because she doesn't just do that unless there is good reason.
I might as well. Everything else is out on the table at this point. The reason I hate Connor so much is because Cassandra was supposed to be my childer. And when Connor lost a bunch of money on the stock market, he decided to take it out on me by taking away the only person I cared about.
You were going to do this to her?
I was.
Why?
Because she wanted to do so much and it made her so happy. I wanted her to be able to do it forever. You can't do the things that she wants to do forever because you get old and things stop working. But when you're like us, you can do them until you don't want to anymore. You can make whatever you want to for as long as you want to, and you never have to worry about one day your voice just gives up or something happens or somebody decides that they don't like you and they take it out on you, and then your whole life is ruined. And I just wanted to give her something that she could do that made her happy forever.
Were you at least going to ask her if that's what she wanted first?
I would have. I didn't get a chance to. I went through all the procedure. I cleared it with the prince, and then was getting things set up, and then I
You would have at least given her the choice?
didn't even get a chance to
That's
tell.
not what I'm asking, Charlie. Would you have asked her if she wanted this existence, or would you have just done it?
I know that I would have asked her.
And what if she had said no?
I don't know the answer to that anymore. I want to think that I do, but I don't.
I think that is something you're going to have to think about and determine whether or not you would have done it anyway or not, because
Doesn't matter.
it will matter when she comes back and she asks you if she would have been given a choice. You need to have an answer.
She's not gonna come back.
She always comes back, Charlie. We all come back at some point. All of us do. One way or another.
I don't know if she's going to. If she... After all of this, and she still went to him, I don't...
Of course she went to him.
After what he did to her. What he did to us.
She doesn't see it that way. She
But
sees a whole lot of lies with us. and one or two with him.
The one with him is her very existence.
And the one with you was her very existence.
She was still my friend before all of that.
But nonetheless, you were going to potentially do what he did to her. And you continued to be her friend afterward. And to do all the things that you have done until this point and never said a word about it.
More than that, I practically raised her at the start of it until she turned over to Toreador, the Toreador clan properly.
That doesn't make it any better. You've got to understand the caliber of this lie that you have here. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, the caliber of it. The fact that you've held on to this for so very long, and you probably could have told her many times, but you chose not to. That's the problem. She trusted you to be honest, be the one person that she could count on to always be honest with her, and you were not.
She didn't need somebody to be honest. She needed somebody to care about her and be there.
Did you ask her that?
I knew that because I knew that when she came to me after he turned her and left her, and she felt abandoned.
That was then, Charlie. What I'm talking about is later. You continued to be her friend and to help her, but you never told her the truth about it. You never told her any of it, and that's the problem. You had the opportunities.
At some point, it stops mattering. What's the point anymore for something that could have been and never will be?
Do I need to remind you of current situation? It's the fact that you were the one person that was honest with her, or so she thought. You were that stability that she needed. And now she's realizing now that you were actually not, whether you actually were or not, to your standpoint, for her, you were not.
It's done now.
No, now she just knows. Now you have to make it better. The one thing that you actually have going for you is that you didn't actually do it.
I thought the one thing I had going for me was that I actually gave a shit about her.
That only counts if she forgives you.
Seems to be the trend right now.
It's up to you, you know. You can try to talk to her. Or you cannot. You can let her go. Let her do whatever it is she wants to do now that she has that truth. Or you can try to get your friend back.
And what about you?
What about me?
Now that you know all of these truths, do you feel like that same advice is the case? Or am I right?
I lied to you in the sewers.
About what?
When I told you that I thought I might.
here we are now.
I lied to you. It was a lie because it wasn't the way I thought I might. It was more so, I do. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still angry at you. There are things that you have to understand with all of this that I get what you did, why you did what you did. I understand that.
Even after he admitted that he was a liability because of the way that he acted, when I told him that he had to stop, he told me that when it came to you, he made what he thought was the right call, and he would do it again. Then I asked him to stop being a liability that would endanger you and us. That's as good as no to me. That's saying I'll do it again, next chance I get. And we don't survive that way.
But it wasn't your decision to make. You asked him to stop doing something, and he said that he wasn't going to do that. That doesn't give you the automatic right to do that to him. That's when you bring it to the rest of us for us all to decide. You don't get to just make all of these decisions on your own. All this time you have been angry with me because I am reckless, or I don't have a problem killing people that get into our way or that threaten what we have. And you get so angry with me over all of that, and yet you do the things that you've done.
I get angry because you're slipping.
Okay, I'm slipping.
And you're not.
It's not your decision, Charlie. It's not something that you can control. I am not something that you can control. Harley is not something that you can control. Cassandra is not something that you can control. And we all know Charlotte's not something that we can control. I mean, that's the problem. You're trying to control us all to fit into this idea. That's what you think we should be doing and how we should be doing it. And we are our own people. We have our own thoughts, our own personalities, and our own decisions that we should make, not to be made for us. If they are liabilities for everyone else, then that is a decision that needs to be made with everyone.
Everybody is self-destructing, and nobody will let me help.
You're not asking anybody to let you help. You're just doing it.
No, I am. I ask you every time to let me help you come back from this. I don't
want to come back from it, Charlie.
Then you want
not yet.
Then you want to keep slipping into it. And I ask Harley to not continue to do the things that he does. And he says no. And I ask Cassandra to not go to the person that willingly hurt her. And she wants to anyway. And I ask. And
you should accept the decisions that we make rather than take our ability to decide for ourselves away.
Like you accept everybody willing to endanger themselves and potentially you lose them?
They make their own decisions, but I do what I can to make sure that those decisions don't kill them. Same. I don't do anything to them. You do it to us. I don't do anything to them. I do it to the people that would affect us. If Cassandra is putting her life in danger with Connor, then I would kill Connor. If Charlotte were putting her life in danger by dealing with Davenport, I would have killed Davenport. I wouldn't have killed Cassandra or Charlotte.
And then what do you do when Harley is putting his life and your life in danger because of him?
Then that is a conversation that Harley and I need to have.
That doesn't sound like it's in line with the other things you just said.
It's a conversation that we need to have. Because I'm not going to just take his ability to do things away without having the conversation, because we are that group. We are supposed to be the family. Anybody outside of it doesn't matter so much. When it comes to any one of us, if you put Cassandra's life in danger, then that's a conversation that we all have to have. Harley puts my life in danger, then we need to have those talks. You doing what you did to Harley, that's why we are having this talk. You could have put him in danger, because there's no way to know just how you would have interpreted that. What if we were in the middle of a serious altercation and he had done something that could have been construed like it would be harmful? And then he toppled over, and then I would have been distracted and somebody could have killed me. Or Cassandra would have been distracted and somebody could have killed her. Or Charlotte would have been distracted and she's probably not going to get distracted, let's be honest about that. Either way, the point is, when it comes to each of us, we were supposed to be the ones that we could all count on. Every one of you can count on the fact that I'm more than willing to kill somebody to make sure that all of you stay safe. But I would not put any of you, I wouldn't kill you.
Why do you keep holding your ground on that when it's something that we've told you again and again that we don't want you to have to do?
You don't want me to have to do it. It's a choice that I'm making.
A choice that goes against what the group that you care about wants
For me.
for us, because the more that you kill, the further you pull yourself away from everybody here.
And I will bring myself back. I would let you help me come back.
What do you do if the others become too uncomfortable or afraid for you to come back?
I don't know. That's not something that I can answer.
Then why don't you heed the words that everybody that you care about is saying, like I'm supposed to be doing here?
Oh, whether you heed this or not, that's completely your decision. Just like if we had the conversation with Harley and he decided against it, that's his decision too. And then we would have to make the decision on whether or not we trusted him anymore. You don't have to trust me. I want you to trust me.
Everybody's telling you what would help them trust you more, and you're not hearing it, or you're ignoring it because of your choice.
You cannot. You can't say that it is all my choice, that it is something that I am doing, that nobody can trust me because I am doing all of these things. When what I'm doing is completely all right for every single one of you, when you want it to be. If Davenport had been more of an issue for Charlotte, do you not think that she would have said to kill him?
Do you think that the rest of us would have agreed with it?
Do you think she would have asked you?
Probably not.
And I would have killed him. Do you not think that if Cassandra called me right now and said, Connor's too much for me to deal with, I need you to kill him, that I would not go and fucking kill him right now? Regardless of what you have asked, regardless of what you have told me that you want to do, if she asks me to kill him, I would kill him for her. Or you, if you had asked me to kill Connor, or Alexandru, or Nixodon, I would have done that too. That's the thing, though. When we're all together, it's, oh, Elena, you can't do that. You can't go off killing everybody that you see. You can't do that. Meanwhile, the moment that we're all not together, each of you pull me aside and, oh, Elena, this person's a problem.
You realize that that's the thing that you just said about having a conversation, right? That's the difference there. Is all these people asking you, as opposed to you making the executive decision to clear people out of the way.
It is a decision that I would make. Harley made his decision. He didn't need you in his head telling him to be in pain for it.
And yet, if I say that I made the decision to protect you and the others, and even Harley, from his own actions, that is different than you making the decision to kill people without anybody requesting it because you thought it was the right thing to do.
Yes, because I'm not hurting any of you.
So
you hurt Harley.
We're the line.
Yes, you are my line. I would never hurt any of you. You hurt Harley. And you lied about it. You lied about it for a while. You knew what was happening, and you said nothing about it. You didn't even try to offer any sort of guidance to him, like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do whatever it was you were about to do.
Oh, no,
maybe
I
that's
did.
the problem.
I did. I actually specifically said when he fell down after you said he was trying to leave that he should stay in bed and...
Stay right there in bed. You didn't say, hey, whatever it was that you were doing right then, that might be a bad idea for you to continue to try to do later, so I might just not to do that.
Do you mean the thing that you wouldn't tell me that he was about to go do when I asked? That I couldn't tell not to do, so I just said, stay here, don't go out. And then it...
You didn't ask me exactly what it was he was doing, and I told you that he was doing a favor. He was running an errand. That's what I told you he was doing. You didn't pry anymore or further question it.
Call it trust.
You could have told him then what you did. Or the second time that it happened. Or I'm pretty sure there was a third time as well.
Probably.
You could have said something then. You could have told him.
Doesn't work if I say it. Then everybody starts figuring out ways around it. What's the loophole? What's the...
Then you shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Probably.
That's the thing that you're not understanding, Charlie. I have a line. My line is with you. With all of you.
But not our words.
Yours... You don't have that line. You're okay with doing whatever it is you need to do to any of us, so long as it fits into your mold.
My line is all of you, but that includes all of you. If you all act against each other.
That's the problem. You can't control every aspect of what we do. It's not fair to any of us.
It doesn't matter anymore. I don't even know if there is an us at this point. Harley is staked so that he wouldn't go crawling back to the Sabbat, and Cassandra...
I already handled that.
And Cassandra's off with Connor and blew up Charlotte's building.
I know.
I don't even... We're not going to be able to do this plan anymore. It's too broken. It was broken from the start, and then we kept breaking it, and then I just stomped on
You did stomp on it. But it's not too broken. We are not all too broken. If I was too broken, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. I would have taken Harley and left. You somehow managed to weave yourself into my existence in a way that I don't really want to cut it out.
Didn't weave anything. You tried to eat me.
Oh my god, that was 37 fucking years ago. Are you ever going to get over that? Like, really? One time. And you sucker punched me. If anybody should be upset, it should be me. You punched me.
It's 42 years ago.
Whatever. I lost count. But you punched me.
You were trying to eat me, so, you know.
You didn't have to punch me.
You didn't have to try to eat me.
I mean, I kind of did. I was really hungry. It seemed like in this good of... It doesn't matter. You have to let that go. That was a very long time ago. I'm not going to try to fully eat you now, okay? Like, I need to eat soon, but I'm not going to try to eat you. Oh, come on. I'm trying to make you laugh a little bit. You're making this very hard to do.
I lost the closest thing that I had to a child, and I broke our family, and the plan that I didn't even want to do, that I only suggested to do so that we wouldn't just try to blow up more things and hurt ourselves, isn't working anymore. And
So that means that we should just blow up things then. Go back to plan A.
No, because that's how
I'm
we put
kidding,
ourselves
Charlie.
I don't know that. Everything broke when Elysium blew up. Everything went sideways when Elysium blew up and the prince went missing and Zoom came in. Just said it to Charlotte. We just need to put it back.
You mean put the prince back in charge?
Just put it back the way it was. We don't have to do all of this. Just put the thing that got taken out back in place. So there's not a prince that everybody is questioning if they're even there or loyal, and to the point where the Sabbat thinks that they can have an incursion and rise up again, and where it's easy enough for a bunch of anarchs and independents to just take up positions of power without anybody asking a fucking question. Just put the pieces back.
You want to become Maria again? Like, for real?
I want to put Prince Bastion back, and then I want to be done with all of this. I don't care about the Camarilla or the Anarchs or the Sabbat. Just want to be done with it.
What if nobody else is ready to be done with it?
Like you said, I can't really control them.
Are you going to just abandon us then and do what you want to do? Just go find the Bastion reassert Camarilla dominance on the city?
It's not like I can. I can't get in there. Nobody wanted to have all these jobs. You've all said over and over again how much you didn't want to have these jobs and how much you don't want to fall into the Camarilla pattern and whatnot, but then what? We want to put that Anarch Baron in power? The
Oh, hell no.
the great tattoo artist, ruler of Vancouver?
No.
Or let the Sabbat come in and do all their things? I came up with this idea on the spot when it seemed like everybody just wanted to blow up buildings and get caught and killed. I came up with this while we were talking.
Can I point out one little thing? Technically, you just blew up a building. Or had it done.
I asked the Camarilla to do that for me.
Why don't we ask the Camarilla to blow up more buildings then?
Oh, that involves being Camarilla.
I'm the Primogen. You're a Primogen. I think we're kind of already Camarilla, whether we want to be or not. To a degree, at least.
I can't put it all back together by blowing up more buildings. I can't help fix all of this.
How about, instead of trying to fix Vancouver, how about we try to fix us first? All of us.
That's what I meant.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there, but it's really good group therapy to blow up a building.
I'm sure Harley would agree.
So would Cassandra, trust me. She's got a pretty good arm on her.
Taught her.
When did you teach her that?
That's what the ink was on the face.
You taught Cassandra to fight?
She was tired of hiding behind stuff.
I told her I was going to teach her to fight.
I've known her longer.
But she asked me to do it, and I told her I would do it, and then she never came back and asked me anymore.
Just kind of happened. We were talking, and then invited her.
Next thing you just start fighting together?
I mean, yeah, it's just one thing.
I swear, I can't trust any of you. I can't trust you. I can't trust her. This was supposed to be. Oh my god! I cannot. I just cannot do this.
I mean, she doesn't really have any like form or anything. There's still a lot to learn. You can still teach her.
Harley was betting totally slept with her, but I didn't think that was the case either.
No.
I just wasn't really expecting it to be actually fighting, you know, like I was expecting, I don't know, maybe she had to do something, I don't know.
Stop. Oh, stop it.
What did I do?
Oh.
I'm so confused right now.
It's like my kid.
Oh, I see why you're upset now. Okay. Well, if it's, I mean, you weren't. You just were fighting, which you're totally not off the hook for that. And she's not either. She asked me to do it.
She still has more to learn.
I'm deeply hurt.
I'm sorry.
All joking aside. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I don't have any more plans.
Let me tell you what I plan to do. I'm going to live here. I'm going to go and remove this stake from Harley because they're not going to try to kill him even if they did survive it. He's under my control now.
How's that?
I did what I had to do. I promised him I wouldn't let him do this alone. It didn't work. If it makes you feel any better.
What do you mean it didn't work?
It didn't work on me. I told you it wouldn't.
You don't feel...
No. No.
That's good.
I'm still me. Only now they think that I'm Sabbat.
If they're still around.
Fair enough.
I guess that's part of the problem with that, though, is you can't even feel if they're still around.
I can ask Carly when I remove the stake from him.
That's true.
See what he feels. Then I intend on going to assess the damage that is left at Charlotte Industries, considering a little voice in my head said that I needed to do that.
Just be careful around there.
I will. You need to find Cassandra.
I know where she is. Do you need to eat? I have somebody coming.
I really actually do. Are you sure?
I have somebody coming.
No, I mean, are you sure that you're okay with me doing this again?
I still trust you with me. I know that you won't hear what everybody says about you, but I trust you with me.
That's good to know. That makes me happy. And she'll bite into him, and if it's okay, I'm gonna take 2 hunger because I'm at 4.
I've got somebody coming, so
You ordered
sure.
takeout.
Yeah, but they, like about the time that the like blood starts coming like out of Charlie's eyes, he's just like, okay, he's like grabs like by both wrists, just like pulls you back off. I'm like, okay.
You okay? No, it wasn't too much, was it?
No, not yet. Just line getting close.
Okay. All right.
I've got somebody coming.
I'm going to go wake Carly up after you eat. Go find our princess, huh?
If she'll let me.
Don't approach it as the I need to control, you need to come with me. Just tell her what you think now. Tell her that she's family. Okay.
I'll try.
And then Elena's going to kiss him on the cheek and then lick the wound close and head out.
So at that point, we should shift the focus over to the Cassandra and Connor scene.
Yay. This can only go well.
It can only go well.
Oh,
That's what I've heard. So you finish up in the shower, getting the sewer gunk that basically permeated your entire existence off. It probably took you about 2 showers to do so.
yeah.
It was pretty bad. And when you get out, dry off, there's like a row in the washroom of just various scents that are available.
Pick something floral.
And there is a rack that has been brought in while you were in the shower of various pieces of clothing that are all your size.
Perfect. Pick something out that seems Cassandra-ish.
Red.
Check.
Yeah, and what do you do from there?
Apply, full face of cosmetics from my bag of holding, because, I don't leave my makeup bag behind. That's important stuff.
There is, unfortunately, some things in there that did not quite survive the encounter with the sewers.
Oh, I'm in a frenzy in this bathroom.
Including the bag itself. The bag itself is emanating an odor.
No, not my bag of holding. Oh, this character is fundamentally changed.
And that is the biggest revelation of season 3.
Thanks for tuning in.
And roll credits.
Well, that's devastating for Cassandra, and she has to take, a few minutes to kind of recollect herself.
Aggravated willpower damage.
Right. And once I've calmed back down and, maybe broken some stuff, I will head back out into the main room.
He's there with his back to you, kind of with the one arm up on the couch. Is everything okay?
Just fine.
And he snaps for his attaché, make sure everything's clean in there. And the attaché kind of rushes off, does his thing. Please, have a seat.
And Cassandra comes around and takes a seat across from him.
Fair enough. So, what brings you this evening?
Oh, do we need to go back to the yelling? Have you forgotten that part of the conversation?
I haven't forgotten that part of the conversation.
Well, then I guess what brings me here is the truth. If you've got it.
Which portion of the truth?
I'd really love all of it. I'm kind of all sick and tired of these carefully measured doses of the truth.
How much of the truth did Charlie give you?
Charlie told me that I was supposed to be his, and that you took me as vengeance against him. And I need to know if that's true.
That is not true.
Then tell me the truth.
I embraced you. Again. And I'm telling you this as the truth because you would make an amazing Toreador, and you have.
And why didn't you stay?
It wouldn't have been appropriate. I didn't have the prince's permission to do so.
What about what might have happened to me then? Great, you escaped with your skin, yay for Connor. Where did that leave me?
Apparently in a good position.
Apparently in a lucky position.
What else would you like to know?
Why does Charlie think that?
Charlie thinks a lot of things.
We're just gonna blame this on good old-fashioned Malkavian crazies?
That's as good a point as any.
I don't know that that's a good enough answer.
What would you prefer I answer? Would you prefer saying love?
Yeah, that'd do me pretty good. Or this nebulous I think you'd make a great Toreador thing. It's just... it's nothing. That's why you buy paintings. That's not why you kill someone and make them immortal. It's meaningless. And that makes me and my entire life meaningless by extension.
No, it doesn't. Would you have preferred to have been a Malkavian?
No.
It seems to me that this probably would have been happening either way. Now, wouldn't you say you got the better end of that particular stick?
Yes. The clan isn't my problem here. The clan is that one or both of you decided I should die for your fulfillment, desire, entertainment? I don't even know.
It's none of those things.
Status, then. If I'm gonna make some great Toreador, I'm your great Toreador. Like...
Your voice moved me. I had felt something that I hadn't felt in decades.
Well, that I can believe. I always assumed that you saw something in me.
I did.
And not enough to stay, and apparently barely enough to come back.
Wasn't enough to stay due to the fact that you had a better chance not being with me at that particular point in time. It was either I leave and then come back at a later time, or I get staked out in the sun by the sheriff, who, in case you haven't met him, he is kind of scary.
Okay, that one's a valid point. So you waited 40 years? And then you showed up at my party with some bitch with you?
I waited for some praxis changes. And She was a gift to you. She was a Yule.
And I assume you can't prove that either.
I would have been able to, had your friend not killed her dead.
I'd have gone with you to Montreal when you left, or if you'd sent a letter at any point in the last, again, 40 years.
Montreal was a bit of a problem back then.
Anywhere then. Seattle, LA, I don't care. Places aren't real. Nothing's real.
I apparently have a lot to teach you. You just name dropped 3 cities. 2 of them are a huge problem for anything other than the people that are already there.
Then there must have been somewhere. Somewhere that we could have gone. And you could have explained all this. And I wouldn't have been alone.
Would you have accepted?
Yes! Are you listening? Are you paying any attention?
You say that now, with hindsight being 2020, but if I had invited you to enjoy the Montreal Sabbat, I don't think you would have been very keen. Toreador and Tribu are kind of fucked up.
I mean, I probably would have left the Sabbat part out of the letter, yeah.
And then there would have been more accusations of lies. Why did you bring me here? It's Sabbat territory. We're trying to get me final death and killed.
I just don't know who I'm supposed to believe. I spent a long time waiting for you to come back, and I expected something. And I've spent a long time with Charlie, lying to me as it turns out.
You expected
so now
better.
I don't know. Yeah.
And for
I
my
expected
part,
more.
I apologize.
I don't know if that's good enough for me.
There really isn't much else that I can give you.
Then I don't know that I want you here. In our city.
I propose a fresh start.
Go on.
I can help your coterie perform whatever plan it is that it's still going.
How?
I have some influence, some contacts. We can move blocks here and there.
Fine. But that's what you and I are. We're business partners. We're allies. And that's the only reason I'm interested in hearing from you until you have something better for me.
What would be better? What I'm asking you is what, not necessarily what I could say, because it's clear that you probably wouldn't even believe it to begin with. But what would you want, ideally? And we'll see if I can move towards that.
There's only one thing I want. It's only one thing I've ever wanted in my whole life. I want to be loved. And you can't do that for me.
Can't I? Don't I?
Oh, can't I, don't I? Aren't those the answers you gave me 5 minutes ago?
They're the same answers.
Then they're not good
And
enough.
it's the same feeling. And if you don't believe it, that is entirely up to you. But I can only tell you what is going on. I can't make you believe anything you don't want to believe. That would require a discipline that I don't have and something I am unwilling to do against somebody like yourself.
Well, I guess that makes you better than at least one person I know recently. Fine. An easy ally as it is. We will happily take your assistance. I'm sure that you can continue to correspond with Charlotte, since you two have your business arrangement.
I would prefer corresponding with you.
And I'd prefer to still be alive.
You'd have to ask Charlie.
Pretty sure the whole reveal here was that lies on your fault.
Eventually, it would have come down to either him or I.
At least he stuck around. And I wasn't even his fucking job.
He stuck around, but I've never lied to you.
So I get to decide who's the worst sinner, the person who abandoned me or the person who spent 4 decades lying to me. Awesome. Being a vampire, it's stellar.
And for that, I apologize. That was the ghoul that I was going to be giving to you. It was your party. It was a token of apology.
You gotta discount me to apologize to me?
It took great pains and great discussions with a few Zemisi. See, part of the Masquerade is helping to hide that particular ghoul was to act as you during the day, if you so chose, so that less questions were raised about the famous singer who was supposedly 40 some odd years dead.
I guess I can see that. Why the entrance then? I mean, my party, you're a Toreador, I kind of feel like you can see my issue here.
Toreador's got a Toreador occasionally. I mean,
Okay.
I'm assuming that you're working towards this particular power yourself.
Yeah, alright.
And if you got a muscle, you gotta flex it, right?
Yeah, hard to pass up that selfie sitch.
I mean, if you're in an open air concert, obviously you're going to use that power.
So where do you want to go from here?
I think I've made that fairly clear.
I don't think you've made a whole lot fairly clear, but to be fair, I am not the sharpest bulb in the drawer.
I'm proposing a bit more intertwined connection with your coterie.
Talk more.
I can help your coterie in various avenues: financial, status.
We've got money and status.
Yes, but there are certain elements that are attempting to undercut your status in finances.
Who?
Hazoon, for one.
I mean, tell us something we don't know.
Did you actually know that he was moving against you, or did you just speculate based upon the fact that you're trying to go against him?
I mean, stuff can be two things.
There's also Mandrake, the seneschal.
Okay, well, that one I could also probably have assumed.
Last I checked, the Keeper of Elysium wasn't exactly keen on you either.
Yeah, was he the guy we were, like, really rude to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's people who've contacted me recently. It seems to me that one of your coterie decided to have a little bit of a meeting with their clan, a little bit of a get-together. Turns out your coterie decided to piss them off.
Well, that could be any one of us.
Tell that to Amelia Baxter and Guinevere Wong. They're forming a bit of a, let's say, financial power block to make sure that your industries, Charlotte Industries, which is that's a Toreador pretentious name if I've ever seen one.
I liked it. I thought it was fitting. I wanted to get it in a glitter sign, but I got downvoted.
I rest my case. Anyway, they contacted me to find out what I knew about your coterie and how to backstab you, essentially.
What did you tell them?
I told them one of my, and he's making like a huge show of this, kind of like it's not so much air quotes, it's just the
Jesse.
answers that I'm not, ducking around and dodging or whatever it is you call it. I told them I would have to get back to them after I found out some more information. Kindred being kindred, these seem to be more Ventru. They are willing to take down Charlotte Industries by degrees as opposed to all at once.
So did you tell them you'd get back to them because you wanted to put them off our scent for now? Or did you tell them you'd get back to them because you're waiting to hear back from that other coterie that you sent to spy on us?
Yes.
Oh, so we're not denying the other coterie spying on us thing anymore. We've made progress. This is good. Want to explain that one?
I needed information. I need to know that you can trust your coterie.
I'll decide who I trust. Did it for 40 years just fine.
And an excellent job you've done of it as well.
Seems like it. Seems like it. Seems like I have 4 people who will literally kill or die if someone wears a tiara that's a little too big.
Not exactly the highest on the list of reasons to kill someone, but sure.
No. But love shows itself in all kinds of ways.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I will take you up on your offer to help us out, because we seem to be burning bridges everywhere we go right now, and I don't know how many more of those we can afford. And if I'm the one you want to exchange information with, I guess that's fine. And you can try to spend the next 40 years winning me back over.
Everyone likes a challenge.
That's me, a mystery wrapped in an enigma inside a little puzzle box.
But inside that is a rose.
Fair enough.
Will you be using the guest quarters, or will you be taking your leave? It is getting close to that time.
I'll stay.
And he calls for his attaché. That's the word I was looking for. All right. He calls for his attaché. Prepare the guest quarters. Cassandra will be spending the evening. And now we can jump over to the other scene, which I believe is... Actually, let's touch base with Charlotte. What's Charlotte doing in preparation of the Charlotte Industries building having a gas leak?
Where I believe where we left off, Charlotte said she was going to the casino, so she...
That's true.
Not hearing anything, though, she would have just gotten a room, a nice room, and probably spent the rest of the time trying to set up and cross base with Sandra on getting a new building.
Sandra would have a number of buildings kind of on a list. It's almost as if she knew that this was the potential of happening at some point in time in the future.
A nightclub opened up not that long ago.
Well, a nightclub space opened up that kind of burnt down a little bit. It'll take time to put a new building in there, is what I'm saying. So, Sandra presents you with the list, but all of the buildings that are on it are... It's just... They're not Charlotte Industries.
I really liked that building. It was a really good building. The location, the height, tall but not too tall. A big sign with my name on it.
Oh. Did you want me to see if we could get that from the building before it, goes up?
No, it's probably singed. I'll get a new one with glitter.
Right. Is it possible that you may be hanging around Cassandra a little too much?
That's not possible, no.
Are you sure?
Positive. Are you talking back to me?
No. I'm just asking questions.
Just because you had a list of buildings that I'm not going to use doesn't mean you get to sass me, Sandra.
So should we put in the paperwork after about a week after the gas leak, I'm guessing, to start construction on Cassandra Industries 2.0?
Cassandra Industries? I didn't marry her.
Oh, that's... Sure.
yet. No, Charlotte Industries.
All right,
Yeah.
Charlotte
The
Industries.
we'll build a new building. In the meantime, find us some sort of temporary building. Maybe fix up that nightclub that burned down.
That's probably going to take a bit of time as well.
And use one of the buildings that I bought next to it.
Oh, right. Okay. So she rushes off to make plans, leaving Charlotte to wonder what's going on with the rest of her coterie. And at that point, it's probably a good point to take a bit of a break before we get into the really heavy stuff in the next scene. So everybody come back in about 7 minutes or so. Go hydrate, grab some popcorn. You're going to need it.
Oh boy.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going into another scene because Elena is heading back over to where Harley was stashed. Let's say stashed. Stashed sounds like a good word. So you're going to Sula Rose.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of probably just left him at the tea party. I'm not gonna upset Daedalus. He did so well at keeping his word. So
You said not to harm him.
didn't harm. Didn't harm. So yeah. I'll go over to him. Is Daedalus still there?
No.
So I'll go over to him and I'll pull him away from the tea party.
Probably a good idea.
And I'm going to take him to a room and shut the door and put him in a corner.
Also,
I've
as a
locked-
sub note, I'm not sure if this was actually explained in the after hours or in the main part, but Daedalus took Harley's body to Sula Rose and essentially tied it up with a bunch of strings and made it look like Harley was having a bit of a tea party, including the outstretched pinky.
Read his memoirs to Harley for proofreading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fun stuff. So I locked the door. And then I'm just going to look at him before I take it out. I'm going to grip the steak. I'm just going to look at him and say, just remember you asked me to do this. And there's much we need to talk about. Just don't be mad at me. I'll pull it out.
Harley's awake.
Rolling for willpower for anger frenzy.
Probably a good idea.
Yep.
And I just like, as soon as you wake up, I need you to tell me, can you feel them?
2.
Can you feel them?
You're barely holding it off for frenzy.
Can you feel them? Harley, can you feel them? Alexandru, Nixodon, can you feel them alive? Can you tell me, can you feel them?
Can I, storyteller?
You can feel Nixodon. But the other one, since it broke, you're going to have to roll for frenzy for that.
Three.
All right. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Are you okay? Do you feel them? Do you feel Nixodon or Alexandru or...
All right, hold on. Oh, that hurt. This hurt. Hurt.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm
fine.
probably being very insensitive right now by continually ask. I want to know that you're okay, but I also really need to know if you can feel them, if they are alive or not.
I'm fine. Nix is still alive.
God damn it.
Alex is dead.
Right.
I can't feel Alex, but Nix is still alive. Nix is still out there.
Okay. All right.
Where is he?
You said that Alex was dead, so I don't really know. I
You
assume
know
that's in the
exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. Where is he?
Are you talking about Charlie?
Yes.
All right. Now we're really going to talk about this. Whatever it is that you have going on right now, I understand it. And it is something that we're going to sort out. But just telling you where he is and letting you go sort it out in the way that you typically sort things out is not going to be okay. By the way, you're under my control now.
How does that work?
Because I went to them and I agreed to join so long as they didn't punish you and put you under my control. Hierarchy is everything in the Sabbat. why I needed to know if you felt them or not, because I know the building exploded, and I can't tell.
How did it? I mean, I heard in the background something about a
I
gas
don't
explosion. I
know
mean,
all of the details. I don't know all of the details. All I know is that I went there, I staked you, made sure that you couldn't go back.
I remember asking you to stake me. I remember that
Okay.
part. That part I
Good.
remember. That was clear, and I know that sucked, and I'm sorry that you were in that position, and I'm really sorry. I know that I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
We'll be okay.
It's not. It's not fine. We need to.
Okay, hold on. Nick Sedon had said something about a punishment for you, and I couldn't let that happen. So I went to them, and to ensure that they did not do anything to you, I agreed to join. But I would only join so long as they promised nothing happens to you, you go under my control, and nothing happens to the others. Then the building blew up.
And then Alex and did Trevor make the news? Now that
I don't know. I intend on going to find out, to see whatever it is that I can see.
Alex has probably gone to ground.
You said you can't feel him.
Her. I mean, Nix. I'm sorry, Nix. Her. I mean, I. If there's a nebulous, like, I don't. I mean, she's insanely old. There was no way I was gonna get a fair shake out of whatever arrangement the thing does. There was no way that was gonna happen.
Well, either way, she and Alexandru both. I'm not attached to either of them, but they are attached to me. So we're even-ish. At least we were. I don't know what happened to Alex. That's what I was saying, is we need to go and check and see what is going on there. So whatever you have going on with Charlie, you two can talk it out later. We need to go and assess and find out what is going on with Nixodon and Alexandru and Trevor. There was a lot that happened, and the last thing that I really remember being talked about was that Alexandru said something about my sire being able to see him soon enough. So, we have things that we need to deal with.
Yes, we do. But
Are you going to be okay? Can you collect yourself and not go crazy trying to find Charlie and do whatever it is you're going to do?
Look, I'm.
Please don't make me stake you again. I don't want to do that. I don't have time for all this.
I can't promise what's going to happen when I see him.
What's going to happen is if you try to do anything physically vital to him, then I'm going to have to intervene, and I can't actually hurt you, which means that I'm going to have to put myself in between you two. So you're going to have to make a decision on whether or not you're going to actually hurt me to get to him.
You know I wouldn't do that.
All right, then.
You know I would never, Look. Hold on a second.
Arlo, you're my best friend.
And you're mine too. Hold on. This is important. Harley is digging around in his pocket, and he's got a little.
Don't want any lint.
No, it's a.
You did that once before. That was gross. I don't like that at all. Don't do that again.
It's a little chunk of. Looks like some kind of like real rough metal. Look, I need you to take this. This is important.
What is it?
And I hand it over. It's called the Bloodstone. Charlotte has one, and you have one. I can only keep 2 of these going at once. They only last about a week, but that's going to let me know wherever you're at. If you don't want it, I will take it back.
Is it tracker?
I'm the only one who can use it. It's your call. If you don't want it,
I will keep it for now unless you abuse it. And once I find out that you abuse it, I smash it.
I understand that we've got some core internal trust issues in the coterie here. Come on, I'm not comfortable using the L word, but you're like that's.
Do you like me? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. Like as a friend, friend, I would.
Oh, that's what I was meaning. It's completely platonic.
But platonic, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm looking for. Yes.
I platonically, I wouldn't. Come on.
I love you too, Harley. You're my best friend. This is what we've gotten to do already. It's not a big deal.
All right. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do anything intentionally to harm you or do. You know that.
I know.
And I don't remember exactly the conversation that Charlie and I had. And gee, I wonder fucking why.
Okay, so...
But I
have already gone to Charlie, and I have talked to Charlie. And I understand why in Charlie's brain, why Charlie did what Charlie did. It's not right. And I told him it wasn't right. And he and I have talked through it already, which is something that you and he are going to have to discuss. And Cassandra and Charlie are going to have to discuss. And I have no idea who Charlotte is pissed off at other than me, so there. It's going to be discussions that need to happen. But I don't think it needs to be necessarily like the group therapy thing that Cassandra likes to do so much. I think that we really just need to actually...
We need to figure out what the fuck we're doing in this fucking city. Get this job over with. I want out of this goddamn contract. I want to finish this fucking job. Whatever Charlotte's end game here is now, that's my sole focus.
Okay, so there's one thing that you need to know. So I don't think that you know this. So I'm going to tell you so it's not just like a complete shock to add to whatever's going on with you and Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, one of the reasons that Charlie hates Connor so much is that Charlie got permission to embrace Cassandra. Like official permission from the prince and all of that. And Connor got pissed off and embraced her instead. Cassandra just found that out too, and she's a little upset.
Charlie's a liability.
We're all fucking liabilities at this point. What are you talking about? We're not going to say Charlie's a liability.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking say Charlie's a liability.
Charlie is a liability, but you are too. You're not any innocent in this.
I know I'm not, but at least when I do something really fucking stupid, I have a goddamn communal purpose instead of trying to wave my dick around.
We all have our own justifications for what we do. I do what I do because I have my own justifications to keep everyone safe. You do what you're supposed to be doing because Charlotte has you on the fucking leash that you let her put you on.
There's a reason.
No.
There's a reason for that.
It does not matter. There is always a justification. We are all a liability to everyone. probably the only one who is the least amount of liable is going to be Cassandra, and she's still liable because she's still on the fucking hook with Connor.
You want me to kill him? I'll fucking do it.
I've been trying to do that forever now, since the fucking Succubus Club. I've been trying to kill him, but no, Charlie wants to kill him. No, Cassandra wants to get to know him, and then she might want to kill him. And then this person wants to kill. You're all making me crazy.
You see, you're
I'm just
acting
telling
like
you
I
now.
care about what Charlie wants right now. I will gladly
Shut up, Harley.
I will gladly kill Connor right in front of him and piss blood on
Harley.
the ashes.
Harley. The point of it is that you are just as much of a liability as Charlie is, as I am, as Charlotte is, and Cassandra. We're all liabilities because we all have our own justifications for the behavior that we all do.
Do you trust me?
I've always trusted you.
Do you trust?
I don't necessarily agree with everything that you do.
I don't agree
but I
with the
trust
shit that
you.
I do sometimes. I just do what I'm told. I'm sorry.
That's the problem. That's why you're liability. You do because you're told to do it. You very little do you actually consider or think about what the repercussions will be. Instead, you just do the thing because somebody told you you needed to do it.
All right, down in the basement of the Pentex building, I took charge and I put you out front because I knew having you in our rear line was a big fucking mistake and you had to go somewhere.
I understand that.
He doesn't, and that's why he doesn't get to
And
make
that is
tactical
why you
decisions
two need to
anymore.
talk about it.
Okay, I think we're going to.
But you're not going to do stupid shit and go all crazy and try to kill each other. Because if
Oh,
you
I'm
do
not
that,
gonna
then I'm
kill
going
him.
to have to get in between you two. And I don't want to kill him, and I don't want to have to kill you or either of you to kill me. But it's going to happen. You just need to talk about
Oh,
it.
I don't want to kill him. I just want to fucking hit his reset button a couple of times so he spends a couple of nights in town.
Harley! No.
He's got it.
We are
covered.
all on very fucking thin ice right now.
this.
And we all need each other.
I trust you. Okay, I do. I trust you.
You're damn right you do. You have no reason not to.
You've never given me a reason not to. You've never. We've been through too much bullshit for. Look, I promise I'm going to follow your lead. Okay? But
Thank you.
You're going to follow your lead. You have to understand, he's got one coming.
I mean, if you want to punch him in the face, I'm not going to stop you for that, but you're not going to continuously just like go psycho.
Oh no, he's got one coming to him. One. I just want one.
Well, Cassandra got one too, so then you'll all be even. And we can talk about it and deal with it and try to pull ourselves back together.
Mm-hmm. But no, I'm gonna follow your lead. I trust you. You trust me. We've got each other's best interests in mind here. Your safety is my priority concern. Okay. It's just now you got Nyx is still up here, and I mean, Charlotte is the one steering the ship, but I'm following your lead. All right.
That command thing that you do have, that's got to go. None of us need to be dominated by anybody in the Coterie. Harley. Do you want to know what happened while you were in the top floor upstairs and she said to heal to you? And she didn't even say it to you, she just said it. And you stopped, basically all, but just
I remember waking up over there. That was...
What happens if she fucks up and says that one day and we actually need you to not be stopped?
Oh, that's a valid point.
It is. Did you not think about that before you decided to let her get into your head?
See, that wasn't part of that wasn't a clause that came... Oh.
Yeah, do you see? You don't think about these things all the way through. You just do things. That's why you're a liability.
Yes.
All right. Now, can we please go and check and see what's left of Because Charlotte Industries and Trevor and Alexandru
Yeah,
and all of that.
we need to get this. You would think that Trevor would have made the news somehow.
The
There's
fact
no
that
way.
he has not so far is making me really curious.
Mm-hmm.
That and a little voice inside my head said I needed to go look.
Oh, all right. Well, no, you.
Don't look at me that way. You have the same damn voice. I hear you talking to it all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like sticking my hand in the hole. I'm leaving this for a minute or two. Sorry if it's gonna gross you out, but I'm.
Harley, I've lived with you for over a decade at this point. Do you really think that that is going to gross me out? You gave me lint for Christmas one year.
I love you.
That wasn't so hard to say.
No.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
I'm done with the correcting.
What's the fucking tea party? Jesus.
Okay, so there was a Nosferatu that I needed to help. The one with the cigarette, you know, I told you about him before.
I know Daedalus's voice. Oh, God. Well,
Oh, I had him keep an eye on you, and he thought it was funny.
I know. Well, see, this is kind of
to make you have a tea party.
Yeah, see, this is kind of what we do to each other, like when we kind of like get caught in compromising situations. Yeah, it's
I didn't
like
care so long as he didn't hurt you, and you didn't let anything happen to you. So tea party it was.
He didn't draw any dicks on my face, did he? No.
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
No, not that I see, but I can't. Let's just go. Let's just leave now.
Okay.
How far down did he draw them?
I was like, I'm not gonna say anything more. Let's just go. So yeah, I think we're going to Charlotte Industries now.
We're taking the tunnels as far as we can. We're not
All
going
right.
above ground.
It is soon after about that time, and Cassandra would be waking up. And you discover, upon waking up, there are people in the room with you.
Creepy much?
Yeah, right?
They are just standing there. And it seems to be the type of human that you would probably sample from most often.
Can I help you all?
Oh, yeah, they told me to talk. We're here for you.
Oh. Oh, okay. I only need like one.
I guess that's me then. All right, and he goes over.
Do the rest of them leave? Or are they all
Yeah,
still
the rest
just
of them,
sta-
like-
Okay.
The rest of them just stand there and watch.
Right? I'm like, this is a weird sex thing. All right, so I'm gonna take. I'm gonna feed on this guy, and I'm just gonna take the one because I'm still pretty okay.
All right,
Yay!
and then
That's what I
after
get for
that,
attacking Charlie.
and then after that, what is on the agenda?
I am gonna send out a group text to everyone but Elena. Give it a rest. I'm gonna send out a group text to everyone but Elena that says, my office, Sula Rose, 90 minutes. Send.
I don't get the
There's
message.
that.
And then I'm gonna
My phone's toast.
and then I'm gonna call Elena.
That's some Toreador overconfidence right there, thinking that it'll only take her
Yes.
90 minutes to get ready and get across town.
My phone is not toast, so I will
Well,
answer my little flip phone.
I obviously am going to be fashionably late. Are you kidding me?
She's gonna look at it. Cassandra's calling me, so just hold 1 second,
Okay.
Harley. Just,
Yeah.
it's been a rough night.
Mm-hmm.
I'll flip it open. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. I want to talk about Connor with everyone.
Okay.
Can you be at Sula Rose in like an hour and a half? I texted everyone else, but I know that your shit's all funky, so.
I mean, I might be a little late, but yeah, of course. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding with you. We were actually just there. There's a tea party set up. I hope you're not upset about that. It was not my doing.
Ew.
I
It's,
didn't
like,
do it.
So 2011.
Crazy Nosferatu. What can I say? So you should know Harley's awake.
Hi.
Hi, did you break anything when you got awakened?
No, I moved him so that he couldn't.
Oh, good, thank you.
You're welcome. Where are you? Do you need me to come get you?
I'm at the casino.
You're where?
I'm at the casino. But
Cassandra?
I think everything's okay.
I need you to listen to me very carefully. I need you to cheek press a button if you're being held against your will.
That sound you hear is the sound of me not doing that.
Fair enough. Are you okay? Are you sure? Do you need me to come get you?
No, I can get there on my own, though I might actually be a little late, because, I mean, an
As
hour
soon
and a
as you
half's
say
not
that, you get a
long.
text from Charlotte, and she just says, "Need a ride?"
Okay. So you said an hour and a half is when you need us to be there?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Harley, how long do you think it'll take for us to get to the place?
Story-
To Charlotte Industries and then back to Zularos?
Storyteller, how long would it take for us to get to Charlotte Industries and then back to Sula Rose?
Well, I'm glad that you asked, Harley.
About an hour and a half.
Not a half.
It would take a bit longer than that. It would take about 2 hours at least to get there and back.
Okay, so I'm going to be just a little bit late.
We're going to be
You
just a
already
little
did
bit
this
late.
joke.
It's not a joke. I need to go and check because there was an explosion and there's a potential that Alexander and Trevor might not have survived it. So
Oh
I'm
no,
going to
Trevor!
check. Trevor wasn't good. He would have eaten you if Alexander told him to.
I don't believe that. Trevor was cool.
So would Sandra.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. Either way, we're going to check to see, to make sure that everything is. We're just going to see, and then we'll be right there. And I should let you know already, also that I talked to Charlie, and he wants to talk to you. And I think that you need to talk to him.
Is he there too?
No, he's not with me right now. No. I left him to consider what he needed to say to you, because you both need to talk. Like, you really need to talk.
Okay, well, when Elena's suggesting talking and not violence, it's probably time to talk.
Right?
I feel you. I get you. Well, I texted him to be there in an hour and a half, so in like 2 hours when the rest of us show up, I'm sure he'll be there waiting.
Fair enough. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Please be okay. Don't do crazy things, and don't listen to him because he's just going to lie to you, and that's all he does. He's not family, Cassandra. We are family.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure that out. He won't
you
even
need
lie
me.
about what I want him to lie about.
And even if he does decide to lie about that, it's not real. I understand it, and Cassandra, she's just gonna kind of hide away from Harley a little bit, and she's like, Cassandra,
Yeah?
I don't want to lose you either. You're the only Toreador I've ever actually liked.
Well, that's because you have great taste.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. I know you don't really mean it, but I think it's sweet.
See you in a couple hours.
Be careful.
You too. There
Always
might be
careful.
like charred meat and other gross stuff there.
Well, then Harley will have a field day. He can roll around in it like he likes to do. I'm making everyone laugh today. I'm doing a really good job. Why am I the one that's making everybody laugh today? I don't understand. It's
Oh
fine.
no, are you the funny one now?
I'm
Oh,
the funny
everything's
one
wrong.
today.
Oh, we've woken up in a world of what if.
You have to put it back.
Alright. And we'll
Hashtag
hang
ew.
up and
Yeah.
I'll text Charlotte back, I could use a ride.
And then I'll text back, okay, downstairs, limo's waiting.
Charlie's gonna actually text Cassandra and ask, does that include me?
Aw, is that to the group chat or is it just to Cassandra?
Just to you.
It does, period. And then like
Aw,
90 seconds
period.
and then like 90 seconds later she sends a heart.
Oh.
What color's the heart? You have to ask these things as a storyteller. I don't know
It's
why.
very important. It's red.
Okay.
No, I send him a yellow heart.
Oh
Send
no.
him a blue heart. He's like, Ventrue, what the?
Yep.
How did that happen?
Send a white one back, and I'm actually gonna grab the duffel bags that I grabbed from Charlotte Industries and just start walking over to Sularose.
Okay. So Cassandra, as you are leaving the penthouse area, down the one particular hallway, there is a lot of roses. And the last one has a note.
And pick the note up. What does it say?
It says, with love.
Oh, he just wrote it. He didn't say it.
Took him all night to come up with that, huh?
He can't win. He can't.
Well, he
Okay,
should have
he's
been
an
here
asshole.
40 years ago if he wanted to win. But I'm
And
still
then
gonna
you-
pocket the note.
And then you make your way down to the awaiting limo, of which
Last
there's-
limo.
The only surviving limo.
yeah, there.
I like to imagine that the interns just took limos as they
Yeah.
fled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Forget
just
pens.
booked
These
it.
interns took
Lifeboats.
limos.
They're lifeboats. They're all
You-
crammed inside like sardines.
Charlotte loses one level of herd because the interns just hop in the limos and make a
Women
run
in
for
coffee
it.
machines first.
There's one limo that has all coffee machines.
So yes, I will hop into that limo.
The one with the coffee machines. Okay.
No, the surviving limo.
So, how did it go?
I think he thinks it went pretty well.
He thinks it went well. That sounds like you don't think it went well.
You know, I've asked a lot of people in my life to tell me they love me. And it's a rare occurrence that they don't just say it.
Oh, so that means if he's holding out, then it must be more valuable then.
Do you think so?
I don't know. What do I know? Did he lie to you a bunch?
I don't even know. He keeps saying he's not lying to me, which I remember from human dating always means men are lying to you.
Yeah. Like if he said anything like, I've never lied to you, then he's lying. So
Right? Like, that's what liars say.
Yeah. No, I mean literally. That's he lied about that intern girl that you had. The
Do we
peppy
know
one.
that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
That's what I did when you were mad at me for talking to him.
So he has lied to me. So then everything's probably a lie.
Possible, yes.
I regret not burning this place down.
Well, there's no reason to be so hasty. I'm sure there's plenty you can milk him for. I'm sure you left on good terms.
Yep, he wants to help out the Coterie with our plan, which may or may not be in shambles, but we'll figure that out.
That might be helpful considering what you guys did to my last two meetings.
I don't remember doing anything to a second meeting. Technically,
Right.
I didn't even do anything in the first one. I was just snarky.
Ah, yes, Elena, the only problem.
Well, not the only problem. There's also Charlie, the Dominator.
Oh, yes, the other problem.
Yeah. And Harley, the staked guy? I guess not anymore.
Oh, he's not staked anymore? Good.
No, yay, he appears to be very much awake and singing to himself, so I'm sure that's a good sign.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So
We're all
what's your
doing
plan?
very well.
What's your plan with Connor then? I mean, obviously he lied to you, but as I told you yesterday, he can't hurt you. So if he lied to you, it was with your intentions.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, though. Once upon a time, Connor took a lot from me. And I think I want to take it back with 40 years of interest.
Oh, that would be a lot.
It would be a lot. It would be like a club and a casino and a fleet of limos and I don't know, maybe whatever else he owns in the entire city.
Now, I'm not saying that you don't deserve all of those things, because you do. However, we can't burn every bridge that presents itself to us.
Well, that's the thing. I don't really want all that stuff. I just don't want him to have it. So, I mean, I'm sure you're in need of new buildings and new fleets of limos and all kinds of stuff. Especially after those 2 meetings that went awry.
That's true. It's going to be harder to find a building and a plot of land in which to build them. I'm sure I could work a little bit of my magic and convince him to just hand it over. Maybe even make him tell you that he loves you,
Maybe.
if that counts.
That wouldn't count.
It would be like
But
it's
you know
coming
what?
from me.
Yeah. But you know what does tend to make people love other people?
Money.
Desperation.
Oh, that too.
So, once upon a time, I was a poor little girl without 2 nickels to rub together, and I fell in love with a man who killed me. Let's see what happens when he only has that.
Okay. It's an avenue that we can explore. Certainly.
Yeah. And I bet we can get the rest of the coterie on board with it, with minimal killing at the outset, with promises of big killing at the end.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that won't be too difficult. They feel like they're in
pretty
a
easy to
killing mood.
convince.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a pack of wild dogs.
And you gotta throw dogs meat once in a while.
You do. That's why they've been nipping at each other.
We just need to keep... You know when they take, like, the wheels away from hamsters and they go crazy and start eating each other? We just need to get them big, spinny wheels.
Is that a thing?
Uh-huh.
Can't say that I've ever had a hamster. It's a bit of a poor pet.
Yeah.
Ferret is a little bit more wealthy.
Okay, so we'll treat them like ferrets. Ferrets need entertainment and excitement or they get nippy. And we've
Okay.
had enough nippiness.
So let's stop the nippiness then. Is that, I assume that's what the meeting that you called was about?
Yeah, I'm going to present the idea to them as well.
Okay. I'm sure it will go swimmingly.
I'm sure it will. And I think that you and I need to bury our hatchet as well. I'm sorry I
What hatchet?
didn't
I never had
trust
a
you.
hatchet. Oh,
We should get hatchets. No, wait. I'm getting distracted again.
we should get hatchets. Matching hatchets with our names on it?
Yes! To the hatchet store. No, wait. I'm getting distracted again.
We have 90 minutes.
Oh, you're right. To the hatchet store.
Again, she shouldn't have been a Malkavian, guys.
She would have been a perfect Malkavian at this point.
Storyteller note. At this point in time,
Elena is so
there are
proud.
no hatchet stores that are open.
Not even like a Walmart.
No.
Oh. Okay,
Not-
so we
I'm
drive around for way too long looking for the hatchet store.
Not in this area of Vancouver. You'd have to go across the bridge. Maybe Mac would still be open.
Sure.
All I'm gonna say is
Jeff.
Elena is so proud of you right now.
We're going to fast forward ever so slightly to have Elena and Harley making it to the old Charlotte Industries building. I'm going to have a dex and stealth roll from both of you because there's a lot of light in this area.
I'm gonna rouse for unseen passage.
Probably a good idea.
Fuck you, I don't have that.
I'm good.
Probably not a good idea.
I have Shadow Cloak. That
Probably-
helps.
Probably a bad idea. We just throw up a bunch of shadows. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, just
At
go
me.
yourself.
Yeah, just over myself. It's fine.
Shadow Cloak does increase your stealth.
I don't think you need a rouse check for Shadow Cloak, though.
I will make that rouse
No,
check.
you
No, you don't.
Shadow,
No, you don't.
Shadow Cast, you need it. Shadow
Oh,
Cloak.
that's right. Shadow Cloak is different. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's
So,
the
yeah.
first level. Which is weird, because in the old errata, they were like, well, if you have Blood Potency 2, you can re-roll level 1 rouse checks. And it's like, there are no level 1 rouse checks. What the hell are you talking about?
Corrosive Vitae.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Just for the one?
Yep.
That's weird. I don't like that.
3 successes on my dex and stealth, by the way.
3 successes. There's like kind of the yellow tape police line do not cross stuff that's there. 5 successes for Elena.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's a couple people kind of milling about, looking at kind of like clipboards with information on it. You get the feeling that these are like kind of investigators of a type.
I'm still with Elena after I've obfuscated, but I kind of I get in close and I whisper, I'm gonna see if I can get up next to one of the guys, see if I can figure out what they've got going on.
Do what you need to do.
All right, I'll be
I'm going to see if I can find something in the rubble.
all right. Just be quiet. If you think you got busted, just get the hell out of Dodge. Go Sula
We meet at
Rose.
Sula Rose.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Hey, be careful. All right.
You too.
I'm gonna make my way to the closest investigator. I want to get as close as I can to eavesdrop on him. Maybe try to take a look at whatever documents he's got on his clipboard.
Give me a wits and awareness, because you're definitely not going to be seen by them.
Mm-hmm. One.
You get a little close, but you just realize that this is way too of an exposed area with the lighting, so you kind of keep your distance a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear them talking about stuff like, probably we should make sure that Charlotte Industries gets like the insurance payout. Gas leak. Let's just put it under gas leak. It's all under fucking gas leak every time we do one of these jobs.
Okay, these are cam agents. All right.
Also, we should make sure that Alexander Meatpacking, because there's a lot of fucking disgusting shit in there. They should definitely get their full payout.
Oh no. I'm gonna activate heightened senses, and I'm gonna follow my nose.
You're activating your heightened sense of smell.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mistake.
Yep.
Give me a wits and awareness.
Okay.
Actually, let's go with a wits and composure.
Okay.
So if you don't score high successes on this, you're gonna start yakking.
Okay. Oh, if I go crit fishing, this is gonna be ugly. I'm gonna go 2 successes.
2 successes. You barely hold it in, but it's like you can taste the kind of metallic tinginess of the blood in the back of your throat as you're almost gonna toss your cookies or your blood cookies, whatever. You know what I mean? It smells absolutely rancid, like something that's gigantic and let's say floor sized had died recently.
Like, am I starting to notice like viscera just kind of scattered hither and yon? Oh, okay. There's Trevor. All right, I turn off heightened senses, and I'm gonna try to see if I can find Elena.
Elena, what you doing?
Elena is trying to make her way through the rubble to see if she can find any trace of Alexandru. Because if he's still sort of alive and maybe torpored, his body will still be there.
Give me a wits and awareness, but this is going to be a catastrophically huge amount of successes you're going to need.
Okay. Let me see where my is at. Can I rouse the blood?
If you want.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, good. That gives me how many extra?
2 extra.
Ooh, that's lovely. Okay, so there are 6 total. 2 of them are... No. 4 of them are the crit thingies. And then 2 are regular.
Holy shit. That's...
I roused that blood for a reason.
10 successes.
You said I needed a large roll. I had to make sure I got it.
Yeah, pretty much does it. There is no Trevor located. Or sorry, no Alexandru located. But you find essentially there's a kind of a stalk of flesh and it's got an eye on it and it's blinking at you. And you can kind of hear like a low guttural moan.
It's an eye? Like a Trevor eye?
It seems like it might have been connected to that particular creature at some point.
I'm taking the eye.
Strength and brawl.
Okay.
Just the eye?
I'm taking that, whatever that is.
It's connected to stuff that's underneath the rubble.
Pull it out by
Okay.
the root.
I'm gonna do my best to pull it out what I can of it. Do I need to add the potence rating on this?
You might
You
rip the
do
eye
not-
off of it if you do that.
I
Yeah,
don't want to do that.
yeah, that's gonna tear the entire thing out.
Okay, so the question I have now is, was Trevor technically considered kindred?
Nope.
No? Okay. I was about to say okay, because that counts. That matters. 6. 6, no crits.
6. What's your potence rating?
I think I have a 3. No, 2.
Yeah, that's 9. You basically rip it out with little to no effort,
Okay.
and then the eye kind of blinks a little bit, and then it stops.
Oh. Damn. Okay. I'm just going to drop it back down. Tried. But yeah, so no Alexandru, no clothing of Alexandru either?
Nothing. Just a
Ugh.
big pile of what used to be Trevor now, because you just did more damage to it.
Mm. Okay. Well then if I don't find anything, I'm going to try to, I guess, find Harley-ish, or at least get away from...
Harley would find you.
Mm-hmm. I'm still obfuscated, but I do kind of sidle up to you. Hey,
Mhm.
the mooks out front, they're cam agents. They're trying to get everything squared away with the insurance. Alexandru was renting through Alexander Meatpacking. They're getting their full insurance payout, as is Charlotte Industries.
Do we know if Alexander is still alive? Because I think I just killed Trevor.
I honestly, I don't feel him. I couldn't say one way or the other. Don't know. I don't feel him. I'm pretty sure he's dead. It's broke.
Okay, then Nixodon's going to want us to come down and re-up your Valkyrie.
Okay.
Re-up both of our Valkyries if Alexander is not alive anymore.
Okay. Well, let's touch base with the others. Nix can wait.
Unless she summons you, if she does, you have to let me know.
Well, I think if I get summoned, you really don't have any... Look, this isn't a really good place to be having this conversation. Let's get back, and
Okay.
we can touch base with everyone else.
Yeah, we head back.
Making your way back to Sue LaRose.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much when everybody else is there as well.
Yep, Charlie's already inside and just has like the 3 duffel bags sitting in front of him as he's like on a chair, just sitting at the table where the tea party was. Well, really, that's it. Just sitting, waiting, looking at the tea set.
As soon as I walk in and I see Charlie, I turn around and stop and put my hand on Harley's chest and just like,
In
You
Harley's
remember?
chest, I haven't healed the hole yet.
yeah, that's fine. Just like,
Sloop.
you remember what I said? Yes.
I can't control the beast all the time like I did earlier.
All right.
So
Well,
you need to be ready in case I
I
can't.
will be ready.
I promise you, I'm not going to swing on him in here if I can't help it.
Okay. But you two need to talk. Just try not to break things around here, because Cassandra's really mad at me still for breaking what I already broke.
All right.
Okay, Cassandra, there are the other 2. We should probably go in before they start fighting to the death.
They start fighting.
okay.
Can we just get them down with like the fire hose?
Well, I'd just tell one of them to sit, and then hopefully Charlie wouldn't hit a man who can't move.
And We'll walk
Leave it-
in.
Leave it to the Toreador to make sure that they show up fashionably later than everybody else.
Yeah. We're just waiting outside, like, counting down.
Stone cold, 4 successes on my willpower roll to resist anger frenzy.
Bam.
Stone Cold 316, not 4 successes.
Stone Cold 4
But yeah.
successes says I just whipped your ass.
Thank you, I needed that.
Damn it, Brennan.
However, I'm not taking my eyes off of Charlie at all. I'm making a point though. I'm not looking at him directly in the eye. I'm staring more at like his chest, but I'm keeping my
And
mouth.
Elena's just watching back and forth at both of them.
I
Like,
like to look at the T side at this point. Just
That's when the other two come in.
They didn't break anything.
It's a miracle.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
I got your guys' stuff out of the building before it blew up, or what I could. And it was pointed to 3 bags in front.
Aw, look, he's trying. Is everybody recognizing that he's trying?
I recognize that he's trying.
Elena, do you
course.
recognize that Charlie's trying?
Of course I do. We already talked about this.
And Harley, what about you?
It's best not to poke a bear. He's
tr-
doing well.
he's-
Let him do well.
He's trying.
See? All it takes is a little bit of conversation. That's what my self-help book says. So I trust everybody's taken the past couple of days to get all of their feelings out.
Alexander is dead, and so is Trevor.
No, not Trevor.
Not Trevor.
Oh,
Also, how can you be so sure?
Because he's all over the ground in lots of pieces, and then I found an eye that was blinking at me, and I tried to bring it back here, and it died.
No, that feels more obvious. But Alexandru, did you find his body?
No, but Harley cannot feel him.
I'm still. Nyx made it out. Whatever happened, Nyx wasn't there when the building went up. Alex, I think, was stuck between a rock and a hard place and didn't have any other options. Nyx.
okay, so we're
she's
halfway
fine.
problem solved.
Yeah, that worked better than I thought it would, at least.
A halfway solution is better than no solution.
I figured they'd both dip out. Oh well. Oh, it's better.
What's next?
I suggested to Charlie that instead of trying to fix everything at once, we start with fixing the bonds that have broken between us. Have we done that yet?
I sort of have. Maybe a little bit, except for with you. I didn't really get to talk to you so much.
What did I do to you?
I didn't say that you... You know what? You might have done things. Yes, you did do things to me, you know? Because when the Ventru bitch that I tripped up, do you know the reason why I did that was because she did a slight against me. She did a slight against me, and I was part of your coterie and part of the Primogen, and then that would have been a sign of weakness on our part as well as mine had I not done something. But you only saw the fact that she got pissed off and said, no deal. You
So it
didn't see
sounds
the
like
other
we all-
effects.
We all need to have each other's backs more. As a group.
I would have had your back. Just like I had
Right.
Cassandra's back when the bitch had the bigger tiara.
If I needed somebody to kill, I'd be sure to line them up in your sights. But what you must understand is that we're Camarilla. Not only are we Camarilla, we're the Primogen. And sometimes you have to take a couple of slights so that you can avoid having to deal with those slights down the line, especially 2 of them at the same time trying to gun at you because your coterie made them upset. But
No.
we're forgiving you.
No, when you are the Primogen in the Camarilla, you're supposed to set an example so that people know that they're not supposed to fuck with you. Because if you don't show that example, if you don't do that thing, then they're going to continue until you are nothing but weakness.
It appears as though they're upset and now they're going to mess with me regardless.
I
No, no,
ate.
no, kill them, it's fine.
Point of order. I ate a boon to fix that last deal.
Well, it doesn't seem to have worked, because according to a somewhat inside source, they're looking to get some vengeance.
Oh,
Can
no,
we kill them
Elena,
now, please?
You've gotten Harley another boon to his name, and it's
Oh,
not
no,
even
no, no,
worth-
no. That does not count if they didn't actually stand by their word.
It doesn't matter. I ate the boon to keep the deal on the table. That doesn't mean that they're going to play above board going forward. They don't have to. The deal's made. The deal's sealed.
All right, then. Do you want to release the shadow from her leash and let me go kill people?
No. No, killing is not quite where we're at right now.
Not right now. Do you see that, Charlie? This is what I was talking about. It's not right now. But when it's a suitable option, then you're going to pull me aside and you're going to say, Elena, I need this person to die.
No more pulling people aside. When someone needs to die, we agree on it as a group. And it's not just about sending Elena. Other people are going to have to participate in the messy stuff, and that also means we have to let
That's
them.
why I do what I do, so that you don't have to do that.
Yeah, but Harley
Let's
loves the
face
messy
it.
stuff, and Charlie's good at it too.
But let's face it, Cassandra, you're not a killer. Charlotte is not
No.
actually a killer. She's a manipulator, but not a killer. And Charlie doesn't like to kill either.
But that's
a
why we're
major
together.
slight on him.
We're
I
supposed
can
to.
do that, though. I
I
can
know,
do it. It
and
doesn't
that's what
bother
I'm
me.
saying. That's what I'm saying. We need to start utilizing people to the best of their abilities, rather than forcing them to do the jobs other people should be doing. We're trying to make Elena act like a Ventru, and it's not working, because of course it's not working. And we're trying to hold Charlotte to La Sombra standards, which also aren't working, because of course they're not. We all have strengths, and we need to start playing to those, or we're just going to end up fighting with each other all the time because we're not fulfilling the wrong standards. That's what keeps happening, and I'm very tired of it.
Very smart, Cassandra.
No more pulling people aside for secret murders. No more pulling people aside for secret dominates. If there's going to be murder, if there's going to be dominate, and if there's going to be plans, we have to start agreeing to it as a group.
Charlotte, you need to take your dominate off of Harley. It could be a liability in the future.
Harley, is that what you want? Or is that what your mom wants?
Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the bullshit that she's doing right now?
What did I do?
You were snarky, and Elena, you know Charlotte is snarky. Get over
But that's
it.
the point, is that we're not supposed to do that things to each other like that.
Oh,
That's how I
don't think
talk to
anyone
everybody.
agreed to that.
That's a strange. That's just.
Would
that
you
would be
just
such
stop
strange
being such a
agreement.
bitch all the time, Charlotte? Jesus fucking Christ. I would have killed Davenport for you had you asked me to, just to make sure you got the fucking Primogen ship. But you're such a fucking bitch all the time. You don't even take into consideration the fact that I am on your side.
I wouldn't have asked. That would have been messy. I would have just set it up so that you would have collided and done it anyway.
No more setting things up so that people murder each other. Agreeing as a group.
I can agree to that, but I can't stop being a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know if I can agree to that one either.
It is the
And
way of
you know
my
what,
people.
Elena? You have a snarky side too, and no one
Yeah.
yells at you when you get snarky because we
You
appreciate
all
it
yell
about
at me
you.
all the time.
I don't yell at you.
You talk loudly to me.
Okay. You talk loudly literally all the time. You're talking loudly right now.
Right now.
Because I am upset. Because you always do the thing to me.
No,
like you
no,
always
no. Don't make
do the-
excuses. We will admit our faults, and you must admit yours.
I talk loud when I am upset. I am upset.
And you're a little sensitive.
And she's Spanish.
Very
And she's
sensitive and
Spanish.
very Spanish.
This is what we
Weird
do.
for being Irish.
I'm not Irish. I've never been Irish at all. Not even a little bit.
No, I got them to say that you were Spanish. They can't pull that anymore. They admitted
Oh,
it.
thank you. No takesies backsies.
You can be two things.
Oh my god, Charlie's a turncoat.
I guess they're back together.
I'm making another willpower check at that comment.
Which comment? The Irish, the Spanish, or
Charlie's a yeah, the Charlie comment, and that's one success.
Charlie
it's
and
really
I
hard.
wouldn't. Harley, calm yourself down.
Oh, you're talking to him like you're dominating him.
I'm not dominating him. I'm just trying to reach through the beast. If he attacks, that is on his own volition, and I will do what I need to do to make sure that they both don't die.
What would you do? Because I can't dominate.
What would I do? I would get
Yeah.
in between them. I can't hurt Harley, and I'm not going to hurt Charlie, so...
And I'm not gonna hurt her.
Oh, we'll just have to see what happens then.
Or we could not.
No,
We could
we're-
just not
that's
with the fighting.
This feels like a bit of a pressure cooker that's being left unattended to, and I feel like
Nonetheless...
Do you two need a wrestling ring? Do we need to rope off a thing and let the two of you do shot for shot
I
like
think it's a
fourth
great
grade
idea.
boys?
I think that's a
No, we
great
don't
idea.
need to do that. And no, Charlie and I were never not together.
Elena,
Huh?
just let him.
Would you feel better if you got to punch Charlie in the face?
right now, no, because he knows it's coming.
So you'd like one free shot against Charlie to be redeemed at some point in the future.
We'll see about that.
We can get
Well, I
this
mean,
over with quickly.
we
I
could
can
write
make
you a
Charlie
coupon,
forget
like,
about it.
right now.
We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done with all of this.
What are we done with?
This. We're done. We keep spinning in circles. We it's ups and downs. We keep this is the same fucking conversation we have every single time one of us shits the bed. We end up back doing this all over, and it just goes. It's cyclical.
Because nobody actually tries to fix it.
We're going to address that later. But, ma'am, what is your end objective at this point in time?
I just don't want to have to worry about anything anymore.
That's really broad, ma'am, and I need exacting parameters. I need to get this contract settled.
Are you breaking up with me?
Ma'am, I'm not breaking up with you. I'm just saying that the terms of this original agreement have changed significantly. I want to do right by you, ma'am, but this contract is fucked.
I already told you that we're off the contract. Oh, well, yeah.
Harley, please stop calling her ma'am and stop doing the contract thing. There is no contracts anymore.
He's
We're beyond
just
that.
being polite, mother.
Stop!
You know
Jesus
you-
Christ, all of you! My God!
You know you have the ability to have an iota of self-control, right? You
She
do have
does
the
not.
ability. It's in there.
That statement applies to pretty much everyone in this room. Who are you
I already
directing that
said-
at?
Like I told you, Harley, we are all liabilities. In our own way, every single one of us is a liability to each other.
And the longer that we keep this up, we're gonna eventually crap out. Ma'am, what do you want?
Well, a good place to start would be having these venture dealings that I would have had dealt with myself fixed. And then perhaps get rid of the prince that is threatening us. And then I'd be good.
Define get rid of the prince, ma'am.
And the prince isn't actively threatening us. We only assume that he is.
It's chicken. It's a Mexican standoff. We're waiting to see who's gonna make the first move at this point in time.
Point of order. I'll just look
Yes.
up I'll look up at Cassandra. Aren't you the one that wanted us to all meet here?
Yes.
Why is everybody else talking?
I don't know, because everyone else has grievances to air.
But why did you want us to be here?
Because I think Connor's a problem. And I think I want to do something about it. And I can't do it without every single one of you.
What do you have in mind?
Well, like I said to Charlotte on the way here, once upon a time he took everything from me, and I'd like to take everything from him. And I'd like to start with his businesses, and his people, and everything he owns, and then his life. One after the other.
That's a better plan than we've ever had.
I can help with that.
I think
I
you can
can
all
agree
help
with
with
that.
that. Harley, will you help me with that?
You know you don't even have to ask me for help.
No, but we should be.
I know. I guess. You know I would do anything. So you tell me what you want me to do, what you want me to focus on, and it's done.
This is going to be a plan of degrees. That means everyone's going to be playing to their strengths, and there's going to be times where you're not involved with a step because it doesn't play to your strength. But at the end of it, this is going to be a coterie move and a coterie decision that we're going to do together. As a family.
Comfortable
Okay.
with that.
Of course.
Okay? He wants to help us do what we're doing. And I think we keep taking his information. And once upon a time, Charlie made a suggestion to me that I reacted to poorly. And he suggested that I learn from Charlotte how to protect myself. And I didn't trust her. Not like that, Elena.
You're
Right.
asking everyone else about the protection, but me, I'm getting
Not-
offended that it's not.
Not
Mental.
that kind of protection.
Mental protection.
The way that she can stand up against his woogly eyes. I want to be
No.
able to do that.
I hadn't
We should
noticed.
all do that.
Maybe.
Too many of us will kill her if we all do it at the same time.
But
Well,
I
not
didn't
at the
do
same
it.
time.
I didn't do it because I didn't trust, well, myself. Honestly, it had nothing to do with not trusting Charlotte. But I'm ready to trust myself, and Charlotte, and everyone else here. So if the offer's still on the table, I want to take it.
That's all I ever wanted to hear.
I'm all done with the games. I'm all done with the lies and the sneaking and the faking and the bitchy attitudes, except for the fact that that's really natural and I can't stop it, so don't expect me to. And everything else that we've been doing. We're gonna do this as a coterie, and then there'll be another step. And we'll face that on when it comes. Okay?
Understood.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have a plan.
I do. Elena's gonna lean over to Charlie and she's just gonna go, when we all leave, you need to talk to her.
Okay, you just don't forget your bags, stuff.
You got me stuff?
It's the stuff from your room. I got like some of the books and the music box and the sheets and stuff. Harley only had cell phones. I just grabbed a bunch of cell phones and laptops.
You got me the music box?
You left it in your room, so I grabbed it and it's in the bag.
Thank you.
I grab my bag. I kind of gesture for Charlotte to kind of follow me outside. And I head out.
Does Charlotte follow?
Yeah, she'll follow. She's been broken up with her pet.
All right, let's deal with this quick conversation first, and then we will do the raid.
Hey, ma'am. Look, it's your call.
What's my call?
Elena wants me to see if you can undo the command. Ma'am, I don't remember asking you to do that, but I know that I have a contingency like that in place with you in case things got a little too sideways. So,
And then I'll give you the entire contract with the entire details of our conversation and everything that was done.
yep. And this is why you and we've always dealt fairly with each other.
So what do you want?
It's not my call.
No, it is your call. It's your brain. I have no issue with doing what you desire. I let 2 of my employees date, even though it's the most toxic relationship I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to let you make this decision. Do you want a failsafe?
Yeah, yes. Until I'm free from whatever's going on with the Sabbat, there needs to be some sort of control in place, and there's no way I'm going to be able to make anybody else understand that.
Okay. Then I'm going to need you to lie to your mother for a bit longer then.
I'm going to be honest with her. I'm going to tell her why I want it left in place, and she's going to have to understand why.
She's going to come to me, and then she's going to put me on the ceiling with the tentacle arms, and I don't want to have to deal with this.
No, I'm
She has
done.
no self-control.
I'm done being used as this piece that just gets bounced all over the fucking board depending on whose turn it is. And until I'm clear, I want that in place. Because I can't be fully trusted, and I need someone who I can personally trust to still have some sort of hand on the reins. I've always trusted you, ma'am. I always have, and I always will. You and I, we've always played straight. Always.
I think some of the more emotional-minded people have trouble seeing that.
I'm working on that. And I promised Elena hands off. But that's coming.
Well, I'm glad you made the decision for yourself then.
It wouldn't be prudent for me to smear him all over the fucking sidewalk right now, would it?
A couple of swipes wouldn't kill him.
And I'm gonna make it count. But until we're out of the woods, ma'am, I promise you, also hands off. And
That's probably for the best.
I'm just gonna have to keep him hanging. He knows he's got one coming. It's just a matter of when it's gonna happen. He'll just have to sit there and figure out the probabilities of when Harley's gonna come up and beat him upside the fucking head with a baseball bat.
And I'll be there to make sure you don't kill him.
That's actually a good idea, to be perfectly honest. But
See, we can allow toxicity in multiple directions. Just after they told us not to have secret conversations off to the side, we're having a secret conversation off to the side. I won't tell anybody. Everybody knows I lie.
And on that note, it's probably a good portion to get off this particular episode with a secret aside after people said no more secret asides. I won't tell anybody either. Just so we're all aware. So thank you, everybody, for viewing our episode for the evening. Thank you for everybody who rated all the bits and all of the subscriptions to Dogmite for these awesome player pads that, again, I didn't get to use, but it's awesome. I'll use it soon.
One day.
One day.
I
Eventually.
used mine.
I was looking forward to it too because I thought that Cassandra was gonna like try to suss out if Connor was lying like a cheap rug.
There was only one thing I needed to hear: lie or truth. I was like, I don't care. I don't care.
And
Couldn't
thanks
do
to Level Up Dice for the opportunity for being on the page. Go buy all the stuff. And let's do a quick round table and then hop on over to rolling these 20s. So let's start in the opposite order. Let's go with Lex first.
I'm first. Hi, I'm Lex. I was Cassandra. I'm very glad the Coterie is finally falling into place and following Cassandra's orders instead. This feels much more natural. You can't really catch me anywhere but here right now, but hopefully at some point, maybe one day I'll get to launch this horror game when people get me their character sheets and stuff. One day. One day.
I will gladly land on that sword.
If it helps, you're not the only one on that sword.
I was about to say, if I was in it, I'd totally have you. No, I wouldn't, because it took me until literally session 0 day to get Minerva done for the Cult of the Blood Gods game.
Yeah, otherwise you can catch me on Twitter and Instagram and all that other good stuff, and I'm sure my book link has been showing up in the chat a whole bunch through the course of this, so check that out.
Buy Alex's book.
Buy Alex's book.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And next up, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick Gill, creative director of Martlet Games. You can find us all over the place. There's my Twitter. Linktree is over there in the chat. We've got a lot of stuff that we are currently working on right now. We've got a main production and then a sister show. I don't know when we're going to start. It's going to be really, really soon. Life keeps getting in the way. But sooner or later, you'll be seeing us all over the place. Other than that, I'm just going to pass it on to the next person.
That would be Sam.
Hey, Samantha McClarty, played Elena Cortez, La Sombra. Man.
Yep.
I think that sums up how we all felt.
So La Sombra breaking the microphone.
Oh.
That was awesome.
Apparently you
I got
screwed up my
nothing, man.
camera.
I am doing Martlet stuff and Martlet things with Cult of the Blood Gods. That's the character sheet I just mentioned, and I just got to Patrick not too long ago. It's grand though. It's fantastic. Real interesting choices I made. Hopefully I won't regret them later. We'll see. I'm working on a Tan Candles game that as soon as I get somebody else's, character information, Brennan.
I forgot. I did it. I just forgot to send it. Because I didn't send it.
That sounds like a Charlotte lie if I've ever heard one.
It
Right?
never lies. No, it's right here. It's on my desk.
Wave it at the screen, we'll believe you.
So yeah, there's that. And there's a whole lot of other stuff going on that I'm sure will come out. Follow the socials. There's a link tree somewhere, wherever. Just follow that and follow the socials. You'll see all the things.
And Zach.
Zach Crivado playing Charlie Lawrence, the Broken Mirror, also the only person that has not forgotten to send somebody a character sheet in this entire group. That's my Twitter handle, and that is my set of links over there. APL by Night is in its off season, but we're doing game night on various Tuesdays across the rest of this month, so come check out. We've got various video game things. We have a interesting game of Dread that one of our players organized. That'll be, I think, in a week or so. Follow us to find out more about that. The end of the month, I am taking the folks from Gehenna Gaming and Carrion Comfort Studios through Crash Pandas. We rescheduled that for the last Saturday in the month, and I'll be running these rabid racing raccoons around Saturday night. And then if you're in town for Dragon Con, come find me. I'll be performing with the Gothsicles on stage Sunday night. Follow Dragon Con for more information on that whenever they post their schedule.
Speaking of ATL by night, I hear that there was a Sabbat game yesterday, but that's just me. That's what I
There
heard.
was, and it should be checked out.
Go to the VOD, subscribe to their YouTube, etc., etc. And Brennan,
Yes.
your outro.
Correct answer.
Goodbye, everyone.
And there's our ASMR, in fact. So which
Wait,
Oh, Brennan trolling us all so hard.
hold on. Hold on the ASMR. We'll get to you in a minute. I am Storyteller Steve. Vancouver by night. Go to all the socials. They're probably over there somewhere. Check out our Patreon. We've got some awesome content on there, and we're still producing awesome content on there. We're going to be possibly doing some extra stuff fairly soon, which is awesome. There's going to be probably some of the people you see on screen. And go check out our YouTube. All the back-ish episodes will be there. And Brennan, do you want to take us out to Rolling D20s?
I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Make sure you use the hashtag BrennanASMR when you enter Rolling These 20s. Good night.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Yeah.